At the beginning, I would like to say thank you to our Dean, Teacher Lord Philip, and say hello to Dr. Sopan, and Dr. Somara, and other lecturer who present here, and especially for the student who pay your attention today and spending your special time, because it is the dead time for you, but you spend the time to be here. So my section is number 3. It's talking about lesson plan, evaluation sheet, and teaching material. But in our slide, we are going to skip the 2 last, because we want to take time for you to ask any question more than to attend and listen to the lecturer only. So we can move, and I think that most of you're going to note something or the question at the end of our lecturer presentation. We welcome to all the questions, and we try the best to answer or collaborate with all of you to finish our session or our orientation today. So we already know that lesson plan is more important for the trainee, right? Who have a practicum the next future day, right? And so we already know that the lesson plan is lesson arrangement before teaching or conducting the class. And also there are many definitions of lesson plan. Can be the lesson plan as a map of teaching, because if we prepare anything that more important and the steps of teaching from one to another step until the end of the lesson. So this is a very specific or very important thing for you to conduct the class. So most of the students will have any question about lesson plan, because it's very complicated, because there are many steps. So which step is the specific one, especially for it's not easy for you to use your textbooks, and then you are going to design your lesson plan. Okay, so some students think it's not easy for them to pick up or to choose which page for their making lesson plan. Which one is suitable for them to choose it? It's very complicated. Yeah, most of you need to use 3 things. The lesson plan guideline is more important for you, because it is a way for you to put it in the sections of any step of lesson plan. And one more thing, you need to use the course book, or we can say textbook. And one more thing, the last is the teacher guides. You cannot forget this one, because it's giving you the guides or something more important tips of teaching as well. And especially there are many or the complete answer key for you to make sure that you can move our lesson smoothly and correctly and effectively as well. So as we already know, what's that? Okay. We already learned that there are two kinds of lesson plan. One is a PPP. Do you know what does it mean? What does it stand for? PPP. Yes, of course. It's correct. Presentation, practice, and productive. And also it is the same meanings of PPL. It means practice, presentation practice lesson as well. Yeah. And another one's kind is POS, which means presentation review lesson. There's two more different. That's as an experience of the student who finish bachelor degree, then they have to conduct a class in teaching or practicum. The confusing is happening while designing a lesson plan. Why I say that? Because I'm correcting many pages of the lesson plans of the student that they feel confused of to put teaching grammar in POS, or they teach POS but they teach grammar, or when they teach grammar PPP they just use only the lesson as the teaching skill as well too instead. It's a very confusing for the student to design the lesson plan. So that's why we need to separate it, the two different things between PPP or PL with POS. I told you already is about what are the different things. You're going to check more about my book that I sent you. And you remember that while teaching grammar, you use PPP or PPL. It's okay. And while you're teaching skills, four macro skill, reading, speaking, writing, and listening skill, need you to use POS. Different thing. So what should you do to select or to choose the lesson in your course book to be fit with your lesson plan? It's not difficult, because in the pages of the course books, they separated in grammar and skill and others. So you are going to select which one. For, as I remember, one lesson just only two lesson plan for PPP or PPL as a grammar teaching, and other pages or other lesson plan to be POS, a teaching skill as well. At the tops of the papers of your book will show you as a teaching grammar or different skill. You can see it on the tops of the paper of your book. Did you bring that? Check it out. Yeah, it's on the page, on the tops of the page. It's easy for you to separate which one is grammar teaching and other one is skill teaching as well. Okay, it's the beginnings of our designing the lesson. So now I would like to show you what are the different things and the more detailed about lesson plan that the teacher we already mentioned at the moment. There are 5 steps. This is the exact step for the lesson that you should understand about the way how to move from one to other. But in here I would like to show detail for you that is more important for you to choose the lesson and design it for your teaching practicum. At the beginning, you are going to write down your name, your trainee, class date, and textbooks, which means the topic as well. And lesson duration, it can be 45 minutes or 60 minutes. It's okay. And level, we are going to change. At the moment, I saw that on the teacher of his slide. It just mentioned intermediate, pre-intermediate, right? So, in fact, we need to choose upper intermediate levels for your preparing your lesson. And the more important thing for the lesson that most of the trainee do is aim and objective. That's more important. We highlight in the red colors. because aims, the aims of the lesson, which mean what you are going to teach your student is the aims, the purpose of the teacher that provide the student to know anything else. And mostly we are going to set, there are two things. If the lesson as a PPP, you are going to put, where is it? To introduce. To introduce is the technical word for teaching grammar point only. Okay? It's I think that it's not confusing with the other word. But when you use the to introduce, which means that you are going to teach the student about grammar. So here the aim to introduce is as the new language. New language here talking about the grammar point, which means you're going to teach your student about the past continuous tense, for example. This is the purpose. It is the aims of your lesson. All right? If you are going to teach your student about 4 macro skill, you are going to use another word, not to introduce, to practice. All right? So it's not difficult for the trainer or the supervisor to check your lesson plan. When it is PPL or PPP to be here, it's suitable to use the word to introduce. And your lesson type is P or S, it is here to practice. When it is not suit or not complete each other, which means that your lesson plan is wrong. It's the wrong way or confusing the using of it. You got it? And one more thing is objective. What is it? Most of the student or the trainee feel confused about the aims and objective. Objective, which means that what the student can do after learning with you, after learning the sessions of your lesson today. This is called the objective. The objective, which means the teacher imagination or the teacher expectation after finishing class, finishing the lesson, the student can do anything, can adapt anything based on the aims of the teacher giving you today. So that's why most of the word that we use in objective can be, at the end of the lesson, the student will be able to use what? The grammar point here. The grammar point in here, yeah. Correctly, clearly. And also you can use other, because in one lesson we have to use only one aim, but you can use more than one objective. Because when you teach your student about a grammar point, the student can use the grammar point correctly or clearly, and also the student can use or can speak. Okay? Can speak or can read based on the skill, all right? Can read the story effectively or correctly. This can be more one objective in one lesson. It's based on your lesson type. Okay? And next material you are going to set as if you have slide projector, slide, computer, textbook. Okay? This is called material, classroom material. And also other skills. Skill is based on your lesson, your paper of your course book. It's a reading skill or writing skill. It's skill here, not teaching skill, but you use skill to complete or to practice your grammar only. Okay, it's not harder. It's just only practice the grammar. Need the student to understand about or the grammar that you already taught the student in this lesson. All right? So it can be moved quickly in the skill that you use in the grammar point. Do you know what I mean? But the more important thing in grammar point, it's just the presentation based on the grammar. You are going to use the deductive or inductive method as I show you at the next slide. So this is the procedures of the lesson plan that I show you at the moment. That are normally there are 5 steps, but here to be detailed because there are more points in our lesson plan. One is the lesson opener or opening class to take your student attention. We can say good morning, check attendance, or ask any that as well. Or mostly the teacher can chit chat for the student just only 5 minutes. You are going to do it quickly. All right? In the lesson opener. So normally the lesson opener might be the same all of the lesson, not difference of it, because it's the way that you goes very quick. Okay, asking that, say hello to the student, ask anybody who absent today, okay, or chit chat something else to take attention to the student, to pay your student attention on your lesson. And next, it's talking about warmer or review. It's here you can use 2 things. One is to review a lesson that I taught you already. There are 2 kinds of reviewing your lesson. One is a system reviewing, and other one is ordering. It's based on the grammar or the skill as well. For example, when we're talking about the system reviewing, which means that you are going to review your grammar point from last week, and today we continue the grammar point that related to the last week lesson. It is called the system reviewing, not go through from day to day. But if you are going to use the ordering reviewing, which means that yesterday you taught your student about vocabulary, so we are going to review something that we already learned, or some point that you already taught yesterday, you review today. You know what I mean? This is the ordering reviewing. You got it? Yeah. So another thing, if you don't want to review the lesson in system or ordering, you can play game instead. Because the games can be more attractive, okay, to make the student feel free, okay, and also most of the students, not only the kid, adult as well, they like playing game, right? Because to make them feel very happy during learning. Just I told you already that teaching English is very fun. Okay, when you feel happy, when your student feel happy, they can learn more than the grammar or vocabulary or skill. They learn a lot of things inside. Okay, so game, I already taught you in the other book. There are 20 games to practice vocabulary or game or grammar point. Up to you. You can choose 1 or 2 games, but you go quickly. Just only review only, not teaching game, right? But before you are going to play game, need you to give clear instruction or the clear procedure. Need the student to understand how to play that game, because it can be moved quickly and effectively. Good. So we move to the next. It's talking about the presentation stage. It's the third stage, the more important thing that the teacher can conduct the class. Okay. Review is in already mentioned. Set the scene. Do you understand about the word set the scene? Set the scene like you are going to open the book. It's the time the student open the book. So while teaching, it is the time the student use their course book. It's opening. But before, not yet. Just playing, just reviewing, anything. But it is time for you to let the student to open the book. And while opening the book, the student can be talk about the pictures or the titles or ask a many question to the student by the teachers. And also the teacher need to mention it in your lesson plan, which means that you write the question, how many people, what are they doing, what can you see in this page? Let the student guess without reading or doing anything else. It's very important to move our lesson to the page 2 page. And the next, introduce a new target item. Here is the time is a very important thing that the teacher need to mention or introduce, or we can say that it can be clear procedure for your lesson plan, because we are going to go through the lesson plan based on the instruction here. You are going to write clear instruction how or the way to teach the student in grammar here. What method you teach? Deductive or inductive method or other method, up to you. And then don't forget to check the comprehension. Check comprehension, just only ask the student about the grammar that you taught. What can we ask the student? We are going to, I don't want you to use the word, do you understand? It's not can be used in your speaking to the class. Yeah, you can say, you clear, can I move? Okay. Or sometimes the teacher can make the short answer, let the student to answer quickly to your teaching, or make sentence. All right, make sentence. For example, if the student understand about the grammar, for example, present continuous, let the student to make the question or make the sentence or the statement as an example from at the backs of the class, in front, and also in the middle of the class, and the student who sit in front. This is the way that you are going to check the student understanding. And we move to the highlighting, telling the target item. You got it? The highlighting? The highlighting, which means that you are going to get the form from the student by highlight the example on the whiteboard, like crossing or draw the line. Which one are the subjects, which one are the verb, and which one are the objective or complement. So you are separated in different function of the sentences that you give the student sentences. This is called highlighting. And highlighting is more effective and it's easy to understand while teaching, because the student will be clear about your explanation about what are the different things, what are the different functions of the word or the subjects or the verb or etc. It to be clear. And it's easy for the student to make sentence by themselves, because they already know that which one is the verb, which one is the subject and complement as well. It's called highlighting. Don't forget, while teaching is more important for you. And next, do concept checking. Do concept checking, which means that it's a move from highlighting. You are going to get the form after highlighting. This is subject, you are going to draw and say subject, verb, and complement as well. Meaning here, which means that you can make the meaning in Khmer or in English. Let the student to make the sentences or give example by understanding the lesson. And also the use Usage is more important because it's based on the levels of the grammar you touch your student. Okay, in the lower level, for example, for present simple, we just talk about the action happening now. It's okay. But in the upper level, we are going to talk about the actions of the present simple. Can be used as a general truth, okay, always true, right? The talking about the habit is a more specific use of present simple as well. It's based on the levels of the student. So how we know the motive? It can be give the productive of your teaching. The productive, which means that the student can do anything by themselves, giving you the result of their understanding, or listen to the teacher to give them the clear grammar or something else. You got it? Yeah. Move. Evaluation, which means that they check their student understanding. That's okay. Yeah. And the last one is wrap up. Wrap up here, which means to give a short summaries of your teaching and also giving homework to close the, which means the same thing as well. Yeah. And let the student to learn by themselves at home on this page or the next page. This is called wrap up and closing the lesson. Move to what are the different things that let's say move faster because sometimes it's more the thing. It is it's different here. Look at this. The aims of the lesson POS, right? That is mentioned at the moment. Aim here to practice, not to practice listening skill. Listening skill just only the skill here. To practice in grammar here. For example, the grammar that we taught to introduce is called present continuous. You are going to practice present continuous here. But skill listening, you are going to put on the skill above, below. Yeah. So the objective, by the end of the lesson, the student will be able to use the present continuous tense, okay, effectively or fluently, not correctly. You know what I mean? You got it? To practice the grammar, not to practice skill. Skill just only you are going to use to complete your aim only. All right? You got that?
For the English type, it's only focused on listening skill or another skill?
Not only listening, based on your lesson. Yeah, based on your lesson. Okay. So, any question? Move, okay? It is a different thing that I mentioned at the moment, different POS or PPPL. Okay, it's a different here. Next, so there is eight state, but the different thing is we have no present state in grammar, form, use, meaning, checking comprehension, or highlighting. We have no. Because we are going to practice throughout of the lesson, based on the lesson. For example, in the pages of course book, there are 5 exercises. You are going to move from exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to you. You are going to skip number 5 as a homework. It's up to you, based on the time you conduct or you set. Okay? So there's like a reviewing the same thing, the same of a PPPL. And here, it just only separate in 3, like 3 tasks, which means main task, pre-task, main task, and post-task. Okay? So this is a review lesson. It is in the pre-task, which means pre-teaching. You're going to set as a vocabulary teaching. matching or up to you. Okay, set the scene is the same. Okay, so we move to the next. It's here. At the beginning, it is called the pre-task. What you are going to take the student in vocabulary and well prepared, which means that you are going to set the student in group or divide the student, the group of 4, the group of 5, and mostly, as on my experience, you need to make the group of the student in 5 or in 6, right? As they, before you are going to take your student, you are going to make the group first, and then keep the group for so long. Because it's a very spending a lot of time to make the group. When you're going to teach the student, you are to make the group again and again. So make it as the model. You got it? When you are going to make a group, all the students understand they are in group 1 or they are in group 2 completely. It's easy for you to move your lesson completely and effectively, and spend a little time for making group. So move to the next main task, which means not only listening, but in listening here, because of the lesson here talking about listening. You are going to set up the audio or the speaker as well to play for the student, not reading, playing. And also the post task. The main task, which means that the time for you to play the listening or let the student to read, let the student to write based on the skill focus. Okay, so in main task you do nothing. The teacher just only controller. Okay, or the supervisor. Okay, to have the student while doing group, discussing or writing or doing any exercise in group, you separate it. But the student do by themselves. You just only monitor the class. And the post task, which means that the time that the teacher and the student correct the answers, or let the student come out and say something about what they did at the moment, what are the results of it after they finishing group work or pair work. The teachers just only correcting or add more idea or giving which one is right and which one is wrong and correct together. It is called post task. And evaluation, which means that we give more detail, the information to the student and make sure that the student understand what they did. Break up and listen closer, and it's maybe the same as a PPP or PPL. Okay. This is the note 6 or 7. It is here. Can be skipped for the listening lesson. Okay, can be skipped. But if you have time, you're going to move on. Okay, so I think that's a long time for explanation for me. So thank you for your paying attention, and hope you have any question at the end of our presentation. Thank you so much.